Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
Rafe was waiting there when Jada answered the door. He declared his unwavering love for Jada as he entered Stephanie's living room. After apologizing for everything, Rafe knelt down and made another proposal. When Jada awoke, she discovered it was only a dream. Steve showed up after Jada finished making her coffee and said he and Brady were working on a missing persons case. When Jada found out that Ava Vitali was missing, she was shocked. When Jada pondered where Ava might be, her detective instincts came into play. Steve was on the case and had already had the ISA improve the voicemail recording, so she suggested that he submit it to the Salem Police Department. Steve also provided Jada with consolation and encouragement. Jada expressed her gratitude for Stephanie and Kayla and thanked him. Steve assured Jada that they all believed in her and that she was family. "Until your name is cleared," Steve declared, "we won't rest." On Valentine's Day, Leo and Javi stayed in and watched football before waking up next to one another. Even though Leo wasn't a huge football fan, he was eager to see another game. Javi discovered a report regarding Jada's corruption in The Spectator when he went to see which team had won. Admire Days, B&B, General Hospital, or other soap operas. Participate in the discussion on RSC boards. To interact with fans and start a conversation right away, click here. That gave Javi the impression that he ought to have been honest with Jada about Rafe and the stripper. "She's made out to be this horrible person when Rafe is the one who cheated on her," Javi said. There was no need for Leo to tell Jada now. Kicking her when she's down is like that. Leo noted that they will not be getting married anytime soon. Javi simply had had enough of everyone painting Jada as the bad guy. He also believed that Jada would be able to move past Rafe if she knew the truth. "Jada deserves so much better," was Javi's statement. Jada and Javi later met in Horton Square. Javi said to Jada that she had been on his mind constantly. Javi didn't want to discuss Jada's statement that she had returned his mother's ring to Rafe. Javi understood what he had to do after Jada complained that she still loved Rafe and even had dreams about him. He took Jada to a table and got ready to blow her away. Javi said to a distraught Jada, "I hope that you don't waste any more of your tears on my cousin, especially because Rafe cheated on you." When Brady barged into the DiMera living room and informed Kristen that there was a problem with Rachel Black, she became worried. CPS had visited him and was fully aware of all the incidents involving Rachel and her parents during the previous few years. Brady was worried that Kristen would end up in foster care, so they wanted to speak with her next. "We need to make sure Rachel doesn't have any more problems. Nothing. No more fleeing. No more forging. No more extortion. And it applies to everyone," Brady stated. Kristen was aware that she would never be able to tell anyone that her daughter had essentially abducted Ava. She invited Brady to hang out with Rachel that morning, but he declined, saying he needed to meet Steve since he might know where Ava was. Ava was given breakfast by Rachel Blake, who cautioned her from screaming as she ungagged her. From his attic captivity, the real Rafe heard Ava scream at the top of her lungs. Ava refused to eat when Rachel tried to feed her while they were seated together. Ava remarked, "Now I see where Kristen gets it," pointing out how insane this woman in white appeared. Later, Rachel Blake graciously brought the authentic Rafe breakfast. "Look who's awake at last," she said. "I thought I was going to have to shake you good." Rachel said she didn't work for anyone, but Rafe thought she was employed by EJ. He was merely there to make sure her daughter and grandchild were content. Rafe was more perplexed than before. Rachel Blake was fed up with Rafe's constant questions. "Perhaps you should keep your mouth shut. I literally hold your life in my hands," she uttered. Earlier, Rafe said he heard a woman's voice. "Oh, her. Well, she definitely won't be coming to rescue you," Rachel said. Brady and Steve met in Steve's place as Rafe was still trying to figure out who this woman was. The address that Ava gave Brady was finally discernible when Steve played the recording that the ISA had improved. He identified it as Armid and instructed Steve that they must arrive right away. Brady and Steve hurried to Kristen's former family vacation house. When Brady saw Ava seated in the wheelchair, gagged and bound, He was taken aback, but not shocked. Brady informed Ava that her ordeal was ended as soon as he took the gag off her lips. After a great night in bed, EJ and Belle woke up together. EJ kept Belle up talking while he slept, Belle said. He even acknowledged that he had set up Jada. Because he didn't chat while he slept, EJ said, he didn't do that. Any lady I've ever slept with will tell you. EJ advised, ask Samantha, referring to Belle's sister Sammy. Belle sensed EJ was up to something, but she chose to ignore the subject for the time being. EJ was able to divert the conversation and get Belle to engage in sexual activity once more. When EJ later admitted to setting up Jada while pretending to talk in his sleep, Belle was just amused. Then EJ mentioned how he was beginning to feel something for Belle. Even though he was aware of the complexity of their relationship, he was enjoying it. Perhaps this will one day explode in a big way. The odds are known to us. However, I simply want you to know that you are important to me. For me, this is more than simply a passing fancy. The affection I have for you is sincere. And I truly mean that, he uttered. EJ gave Kristen a just-received envelope after Belle had departed. EJ wanted to talk about the situation with Rafe and Ava. When EJ said, your mother can't babysit them forever, Kristen concurred and filled EJ in on CPS's breathing into her throat. She realized they had to take action over the situation at Armid, but she also needed to protect her mischievous youngster. Kristen took out a bottle of serum from the envelope. Although it was intended for Demera Enterprises, she informed EJ she might use it for another purpose. Kristen believed that all of their issues might be resolved by this vial. Jada drank her troubles away at the Brady pub. You're the only Valentine I need tonight, she thought to herself as she griped about Rafe and drank. Sean came out from behind the bar before she could finish the drink and told her to think again. Jada updated him about her most recent encounter with Rafe. Rafe's actions surprised Sean, but he wasn't totally stunned considering how Rafe had been acting. Jada was sick of contemplating the possibility that Sean was correct regarding Rafe's personality change after his coma. Sean cautioned her once more against drinking to dull her pain because he had discovered the dangers of doing so the hard way. Jada questioned him about various ways to stop her aggression. With a smile, Sean approached the dartboard. Sean offered to assist Jada after she was unable to stick the dart on her initial attempts. After joking around about his mansplaining dart throwing, Sean stepped aside to help Jada aim. She became ecstatic after making the following throw flawlessly. She and Sean exchanged a long look and a smile. After a series of good throws, Jada reprimanded Sean for disclosing his secrets to her. He added another trick of the trade. He visualized EJ's face when he hit a bullseye. Jada was questioned by Sean about why she had implied that Belle and EJ were still connected. After hesitating, Jada acknowledged that when she had gone to confront EJ, Belle had been at the estate and had been acting dishonestly. Sean nailed a bullseye on the dartboard after realizing that his ex and EJ were probably still sleeping together.